Hi again, it's Mona, and you may have seen my other story and poem. This time I'm going to start off with a poem. Now, this poem is really old. It's older than anybody else on earth who's alive. It is 130 years old, older than any person. As a matter of fact, if you haven't been to the downtown library, our other building across town, it was built in 1914. And if you had went into that library when it first opened, you could have read a book with this poem. And this poem would have been 25 years old when that building was built. So kids have listened and grown-ups have heard this poem for 130 years. Now it's your turn. It's called Wynken, Blynken, and Nod, and it was written by a poet named Eugene Field. Wynken and Blynken and Nod one night sailed off in a wooden shoe, sailed on a river of crystal light, sailed into a sea of dew. "Where are you going and what do you want?" the old moon asked the three. "We have come here to fish for the herring fish that live in this beautiful sea. Nets of silver and gold have we," said Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. The old moon laughed and sang a song as they rocked in the wooden shoe, and the wind that sped them all night long ruffled the waves of dew. The little stars were the herring fish that lived in the beautiful sea. Now cast your nets wherever you wish, never afeard are we. So cried the stars to the fishermen three, Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. All night long the stars they threw their nets to the twinkling foam. Then down from the sky came the wooden shoe, bringing the fishermen home. 'Twas all so pretty of a sail it seemed, as if they could not be. And some folks think it was a dream they dreamed, of sailing that beautiful sea. But I shall name you the fishermen three, Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. Wynken and Blynken are two little eyes, and Nod is a little head, and the wooden shoe that sailed the skies was a wee one's trundle bed. So shut your eyes when Mother sings of the wonderful sights that be, and you shall see the beautiful things as you rock in that misty sea, where the old shoe rocked the fishermen three, Wynken, Blynken, and Nod. Now I promised you another book here. So this one too is another of my favorite, but not nearly as old as that poem. This one is titled Owlie, and it was written much more recently, maybe only 40 years ago. And it's written by a man named Mike Thaler. Owlie started asking questions when he was 2 years old. He would sit all night with his mother under the stars. "How many stars are in the sky?" he asked one night. "Oh, many," said his mother. "How many?" Owlie asked, looking up. His mother smiled. "Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 101, 102, 103, 104. Owlie was still counting when the sun came up. 1001, 1002. "How many stars are in the sky?" asked his mother. "More than I can count," said Owlie, blinking, and he tucked his head under his wing and he went to sleep. The next night, Owlie looked up at the sky again. "How high is the sky?" he asked his mother. "Very high," said his mother. "How high?" "I'll go and see," said the mother. So Owlie flew up into the sky. He flew high above his tree. He flew as high as the clouds. He flapped his wings so very hard. He flew above the clouds. But as high as he could fly, the sky was always higher. And in the morning when he landed in the tree, he was very tired. "How high is the sky?" asked his mother. "Higher than I can fly," said Owlie, closing his eyes and falling asleep. The next night, Owlie heard the sound of the waves in the ocean. "How many waves are in the ocean?" he asked his mother. "Oh, many waves," she said. "How many?" said Owlie. "Go and count them," she replied. So Owlie flew to the shore, and he stood on the beach and he counted the waves. 1, 2, 3, 4. But as many as he could count, many more followed. You know that if you've been to the ocean, don't you? 1001, 1002. And when the sun came up, he saw that there was still an ocean full of waves. So quite sleepily, he returned to his mother. "How many waves are in the ocean?" she asked. "More than I can count," said Owlie, and he closed his eyes, falling to sleep once again. The next night, Owlie asked his mother, "How deep is the ocean?" "Oh, very deep," she answered. "How deep?" His mother looked at the sky. "Almost as deep as the sky is high." Owlie looked up, and he sat there at night thinking about the sky and the stars and the waves and the ocean and all that he had learned from his mother. As the sun came up, he turned to her and said, "I love you." "How much?" asked his mother. "Oh, very much," said Owlie. "How much?" she asked again. Owlie thought for a minute and then gave her a hug. "Well," he said, "I love you as much as the sky is high." "Oh, my dear, I read those words wrong. Please ignore me." She asked, "How much?" And Owlie thought for a minute and gave her a hug. "I love you as much as the sky is high and the ocean is deep." And she put her wing around him and hugged him. "Do you have any more hugs to give me?" said Owlie. "Oh, many more." His mother hugged him again. "How many more?" said Owlie, falling asleep. "As many as there are waves in the ocean and stars in the sky." And she did. Well, thank you very much for listening again. I've had fun. I hope you've enjoyed. And you know what? I really miss seeing everybody at the library. I hope we get together again soon. Bye.